YouTubers. Hey everybody, how all y'all doing on a cold Saturday morning? I tried to make this video last night, but I just finished editing it and it didn't look good. So anyway, today's subject is remembering and keeping track of your activity, your seizure activity. If you do not deal with epilepsy, but you know somebody who deals with epilepsy, this may help you too. First off, we're going to start with keeping track of your medication. A good friend of mine posted a question on Facebook last night whether or not they use a medicine case, if I remember. So I figured, I'll talk about that first. My biggest problem, and I think not every epileptic will admit this, but I'm pretty sure the majority of us, biggest problem is memory. We got to develop some kind of way to remember how we take our medicine, how much medicine we take and stuff. And depending on how much medicine you take, determines on how big of a pill case you need to buy. But for me, it's simple. I take like 3 medications a day. 3 types of medication a day. 3 different types of pills. So to keep me from forgetting, I have to fill it up in this is my medicine case. It's empty, I know. I gotta fill it up. I should have filled it up last night. But anyway, that's okay, because even I'm gonna admit, even as a 36-year-old, I can tend to forget stuff or question myself. That is not bad, but that is not good, but that is not bad. It just means you gotta be more persistent. Keeping track of this, taking care of yourself. It's just like that is what that is. And that is all about how you handle dealing with the situation or help somebody handle dealing with their situation. I'm going to admit, when I first started taking medicine, I had my dad or my grandmother administer it to me throughout middle school. But once I started taking care of this myself, I used a medicine case like this. A bigger one, no, a smaller one, but still. So basically, I was getting annoyed with forgetting or questioning myself about this. So instead of wondering and questioning myself, I started to double check myself. Which means I count them once, I count them twice. I count them once, I count them twice. I give my sister to count them too. Because she knows what I take, she knows how much I take, and she knows what I take. Because I don't like to forget a dose of medicine. I don't like to feel like I'm careless. It just sucks, in my opinion. So instead of crying and doubting myself, sorry about that. Instead of crying and doubting myself, or getting mad over nothing or whatever, I basically just proceeded, starting simply by using the case. And I tell you, even if you think that you got everything on point, and you think you can do this by memory, don't do it. folks. If you, like I said, if you're not epileptic and same rules apply, they might get mad at you, but tell them you're not. I tell you though, when I was having trouble remembering, I used to get annoyed at my parents, thinking that they're treating me like I'm stupid. We're not stupid, they just care. Or, I get it, you just care for your epileptic family member or friend. Well, do what it takes, talk to them, you know what I'm saying? And if you know, basically, that is the point. As long as we keep track of our medicine, or have somebody help us keep track of our medicine, we should have minimal to no problems. And I like those numbers any day. My preferable word is no problems. So my point is, cut yourself some slack. Develop a system that you can guarantee that you will remember. If you're not epileptic and you know someone, talk to them. Tell them you found an awesome way for it to keep track of their medicine. Or tell them you can help, they can help, offer to help them keep track of their medicine. Cause I bet you many epileptics, many know and many do not know. No, what it is all epileptics know they tend to forget, but some will not tend to admit it. I know I was one of them kind. I'm not egotistical, but I used to deny it when I was a teenager, in my early 20s. But that's because but anyway, we're not talking about me, more or less. Back on subject. Depending on how many pills you take, you can get a pill box in more than one size. Matter of fact, some pills require you to take it specific times of the day. I've seen pill boxes go up to 24 hours. I mean, like, big Hollywood square type deal. I mean, they had every time stamped on the box itself, and across the top was day of the week. 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 12 o'clock. But not in that order that I said. So develop a system. You can do this and be confident that you can take care of yourself, and be confident and show your friend or a family member that it's okay to have somebody help them out, but it's better if they can keep track of it themselves. Okay, next topic, please. See, I just had a brain fog right there. I forgot this other part of the topic that we're talking about here. Okay. Okay. Work with me now. I definitely, when it comes to my pills, believe it or not, I'm super protective of them. Because, you have friends come over, people come over, you don't know if, when they go to your bathroom, they can be looking through your stuff. I keep my pills in my studio. In my studio/bedroom. And that worked out perfect. It's out of the reach of strangers, children, and drug addicts. And basically, that is the best way to go. Keep track of them by keeping track of them. If that doesn't make sense, but my dad did this, my mom did this, does this, my grandmother did this. All of us that took medicine in my family, we kept our medication in our bedrooms. Sure, you can keep it in the medicine chest in the bathroom, but by doing that, who knows what can happen, you know? That's why I keep it in a medicine case in the bottles in my bedroom, so that way I can count the pills. You know, I can count the pills just to make sure I have enough and on point. Cause you're supposed to have an expected the date that you are due to run out. I make this mistake constantly, nonstop, over and over and over again. I always tend to miss my expiration date or due date for a refill off by 1 day before or 1 day after. No, it's 1 day after. It's always 1 day, 1 day, 2 day, 3 day after, something like that. But that usually, if you go as far as forgetting for 2 days to not get it refilled, believe me, you put yourself into a deeper hole. And I made that mistake when I was young. But I tell you one thing though, if you want to simplify everything, I mean everything, and you got the right kind of insurance, right kind of coverage, insurance, get yourself pill pack. It'll look like this. It'll have, this is expired, I don't touch this no more, but I saved this for reference. It'll show the pill that you're taking, the time that it's supposed to be taken, and the day of the week, like this. And it'll be in a big fat roll with perforated edges, or I forgot what they call them when they, anyway, you can just simply rip one off, bam, open it up, bam, and that is easiest way to go. That's when you deal with the but the problem with getting your medicine through the mail like that, sometimes they can tend to make mistakes, and like sometimes they might not put every medicine in the pack. Sometimes they might give you too little amount, the ones that they send you in a bottle. But once you get all the information correct for that, to be able to do that, you should be able to get your stuff in a pack, through the mail. You'll get a box like this. And you simply just put the you put the medicine in the box. Should be able to look like this. Like that. And all you need to do is just expect to have your next step when you pull a dose out, it should look like this. Ready for your next one. And that worked out for a while. In my case, it worked out for a good while. I mean, a good while. Until one serious mistake messed everything up. I forgot what it was. My mother probably would remember. But basically, try to make it as simple as possible. If you got the insurance, get the pill packs. But you make sure you have every piece of information correct. I mean, every piece of information they might need. But I tell you, like I said, do what works for you, or do what you think would, what you are positive would help a person with epilepsy. If you worry, because I guarantee many of our family members and people who care about us, biggest concern is making sure we take our medicine. At least it may be true for you. You may deny it. It doesn't matter. You live your life. I'm not telling you how to live your life. I'm not telling you how to make them live their lives. So try to keep track of your medicine. Oh yeah. Next one is keeping track of your seizures. That one's a little more on point. See, when it comes to the biggest annoyance when I go to my neurologist is they always ask me if I remember, what time I had a seizure, when I had a seizure, how bad it was, stuff like that. Well, I simplified everything into an app. I mean, I didn't make the app, I found the app. It's called Epilepsy Journal, or My Epilepsy Journal. It looks like a purple outline of a head. And in that app, you can write down, you can put down the list of your medications that you take. And basically, the main thing is set up to the point where you can keep track of your how long the seizure was going on, like a stopwatch. First sign, hit the button, just ride the wave. Do what you need to do to stay safe, but ride the wave, because you can't do nothing else. After the seizure stops, fill out the little question, put down the information. They're going to simplify, they have on there basically the same type of questions that you are asked, or that are asked in the neurologist's office, like, how do you think the seizure started? How did the seizure start? Where were you? When did it happen? How long did it take to stop? Well, everything's a simple click of the button or tap of the finger. And that especially works out perfect for people who seriously tend to forget stuff, like keeping track of their medication. But we have to do what we have to do, because I want to be seizure free. That's my goal this year, but so far it's only been 2 months. But so far I can recollect two episodes off bat. But that does not mean I will not meet my goal. No. I got plenty of space in the year. I'm not going to be careless. I'm just going to be more persistent. Do my best to be more persistent with this. That's why, as annoying as it sounds, when my sister or my mother asks if I take my medicine or if I have medicine, yada yada yada, it's uncomfortable to hear that, yes. But wake up. They love you. You got to tell them you love them. And that truly is what that truly is. Well, anyway, folks, time for me to start my day. I'll catch y'all later, okay? Stay safe, be cool, hope y'all have a seizure-free day. Hope your friends are safe. Hope everybody stays safe.